And so, we're reading from the novel, we're talking about it, we're talking about the nature of reality. I'm going to pick up where I left off. Making our way through the venue, we emerged from the southern entrance. The ball pit is in full swing. Disco ball, coke horse dancing. They sell drugs, I'm almost certain of it. On the grassy knoll behind the ball pit, a smattering of Wookiees dispersed haphazard. Most holding balloons filled with nitrous oxide behave rashly. To the right, a large group of some 130 strong all surround the Brothers of Brass. 8 guys, 4 white guys on brass, 3 trombones. Why they need 3, I couldn't say. 1 on trumpet, a Hispanic guy double-wielding alto as well as tenor sax, a light-skinned black guy on tuba, a white guy on snare drum, and a Hispanic on bass drum. Nitty-gritty marching band New Orleans flair. Denver locals. But I see them everywhere, for sure in Chicago. They're plying their wares, boogieing to clam classics, transmuted into Creole Mardi Gras flavor, with a 5-gallon bucket in front, and some 100 people surrounding them all dancing. Persons drift rhythmically in no particular cadence or order to drop bucks in the bucket, which is all but overflowing. As I stand there with my friends, a girl comes up to me wide-eyed. "How are you?" I look through her. She seems intrigued. I am not sure what she seeks in me. I'm good, thanks. How are you? She darts her gaze anywhere. Lost fairy energy, but older. She looks to me once more. I can't tell if you're 18 or 80. I chuckle. Pickles jumps in. Today's Ethan's 34th birthday. She gives me a big hug. Got them good genes. Happy birthday. Thanks. I appreciate that. We release our bond, and she departs as swiftly as she arrived. Pickles corrals. You guys ready? I nod with the others. The Uber Lyft area is over there. She points to the northwest. Let's roll, motherfuckers. Max looks to me as we walk. I hope they play Meat Wand tomorrow. I nod. Yeah, that song's awesome. I never do the dance, but I should. Gotta do it, bro. You're right. They'll play tomorrow. I'll do it. Oh, they're gonna play it. Here at the hotel, Holiday Inn Express some mile and a half from the venue, we all carouse as we listen to MF Doom. Pickles fills up the balloon from the table to the right of the television. I sit with Max on the bed closest to the door. Another girl comes in. Brunette, narrow eyes, delicate frame, harsh face. Eastern Bloc. Perhaps Russian Jewish heritage. 19th century migrants. She walks to Pickles, who is recording herself inhaling a balloon like a Wookiee influencer, if there is such a thing. Seeing her, she stands wide-eyed and gives her a hug. She sits back down and grabs another balloon. Looking to the girl, she says, "Hey, let me tell you a secret." It goes, "The hiss of the tank tells all." She fills up the balloon, hands it to her, and the girl sits on the bed next to me and Max. I hold out my hand. "Ethan, hello." She puts her other hand out while huffing the balloon, shakes, and removes her lips from the balloon. "Georgia." We release as I reply. "Like the state?" She nods. "That's cool. Where you from?" Shifty eyes. "Georgia. Guile." "So you're named after the state you're from?" An insincere nod. I see. She wants to be secretive. She has something to hide. I know Pickles doesn't like telling people her name, so I don't say anything. Though she has told me her name, it's Jessica. But there is a part of me that despises aliases. Hip-hop and drug culture, though I like Doom. There are exceptions. I've seen some rap shows that I've enjoyed very much. And of course, who doesn't love drugs? Only idiots. But, to me, it is a dishonesty to look someone in the eye and say, "I don't want you to know my name." I know we're all allowed our secrets, so I smile and let it go. But that box is checked in my psychic constitution. And I know forever I must always look over my shoulder if she is behind me. Sunrise, golden hour. Patrick and John snore their lamentations, each on one of the double beds. Myself, Pickles, and Max are still awake. I have copious amounts of cocaine in my blood, and now the ketamine has emerged. Pickles chalks out 3 lines, half cocaine, half ketamine. I ask, "What they call this?" She finishes her partitioning as she rolls up a bill and consumes up her right nostril the convocation. Leaning her eyes towards the firmament, she hawks her drug loogie down her throat and up her mucous membrane as she replies and passes the bill. Calvin Klein. I chuckle and ingest the drugs in similar fashion. A deep inhale, and as I reply, how glamorous, like a luxurious Los Angeles skank. I pass the bill to Max, and he completes this specific iteration of the ritual. Drugs can, and do, yield insight if the mind is directed to proper thinking. LSD, psilocybin, and even, though to a lesser extent, MDMA, all imbue in the heart of the reverential introspection. Desire for wisdom, understanding, and a yearning to be good for goodness' sake. To love more completely. To judge none but the self, first and last. And to place the heart of the initiate at the Ancient of Days. However, as is the case here in Colorado, most who use these drugs regularly have degraded their spiritual antenna by seeking absolution at the bottom of a bottle. That inevitably, as with cocaine and heroin, the high that brings you up mutates you into an ugly leviathan, Gollum from Tolkien, a block of mass. It dampens the spiritual light and enslaves it into the necessity of obligation. And when you need something, when it is required of you to find completion in chemical augmentation, you are enslaved by the world you seek to escape. To require something, anything from the world, is psychic enslavement. Take food, for instance. I have run the gambit psychologically as it pertains to wellness and health, and have experimented every way imaginable. Customarily, being an American jerk, I shove sugar and junk food down my gullet to satiate my depression. But other times I've set my intellect towards mastery of the body, and I have vivid, clear memories of getting high on healthy food, actually garnering more energy from the calories I consume in terms of mass than I would normally eating a Upton Sinclair's nightmare. But eventually, you stop getting high. And you just feel normal. This is true for all of life. Extreme Eastern ascetics, a particular branch of Buddhism, refuse to eat anything that does not naturally release its nutrients upon the world. The apple is never plucked from the tree. The apple falls from the tree, then it is eaten. And it must be true that the mind is the seat of all awareness, and on the highest levels of understanding is the absconding of the flesh, in full participation of the spiritual infinity within and around. Food, drugs, body, soul, mind, brain, each the same, mining all within, to spread the compost on the weeds, to make them rank. You guys, Max says with his head skyward, handing Pickles her bill back. Want to walk to Walmart? I nod. It's close? He nods as Pickles stares at her phone and types something into it. 8 minutes walking, it reads. I want to buy some booze. Let's do it. They start selling at 7. Should be good by the time we arrive. The snores continue unabated as the three of us walk out into the hallway to the elevator. The Colorado sunshine is exceptionally vivifying. Sunglasses required. Pickles is wearing the sunglasses I bought her 2 years ago in New York. Plastic red hearts with the words Crimson Crest over each of the eyes. We are, the three of us, now, in the haze of our drug-addled exhaustion, as close as any people can be to each other. We have watched the sunrise together. We have heard the chimes at midnight. And so our souls are bound, quadrivalent, the strongest tetrahedral latticed chemical bonding. We walk north out of the hotel and turned right on East 33rd Avenue, then immediately left onto Quebec Street. Max looks to me after we cross over Quebec and asks, "Are you a professional musician?" A head shake. "No, I know I should be. It is what I have done the longest. But now I suppose I'm in my midlife crisis. I've been working travel construction, which afforded me comfort, being a vagabond gypsy, but I quit in May. I felt that I was working for money, nothing more. Working my body into exhaustion to make other men wealthy." Nods of understanding. "So now I'm writing every day. I see that I am a writer, and I'm trying to make that work. But I'll have to take a job soon, like imminently." Pickles says, "What will you do?" A shrug as we turn right onto East 36th Avenue. "I don't know. Wash dishes, whatever I can find. I've been feeling exceptionally alien of late. And playing society's game, donning the mask of social grace, smiling and begging for acceptance to shovel shit for $1 is becoming increasingly difficult." "Do you have a day job, Max?" A nod as we turn left onto North Sycamore Street. "I do sales and marketing for a cannabis and CBD company." "I see. That's cool. So is that cold calls?" "No, fuck no. I have leads and schedule meetings. I spend most of my time each day driving around the greater Seattle area. So each meeting is fairly short. Standard pitch is half hour. Sometimes they want to stretch their legs. But I got it down to a science." We arrive at Walmart and walk in. Max says, "I gotta use it." I could too. We turn left upon entering and walk to the bathroom in the front. Inside at the sink, a disgusting tableau of homelessness. Used cheap razor, facial hair or pubes all over the sink. We wash our hands in the other sink. "That was funny," Max says as the three of us walk to the alcohol bum life. "Yeah, that guy stole that razor for sure." We get to the aisle in the southeastern quadrant of the store, and Max asks, "What do you guys want, White Claw?" I shrug. "Oh, whatever you want, dude." Pickles blurts, "Claw!" He picks up a 12-pack and 3 extra plastic bags. Outside, smoking cigs in the front, we each open a can and hide them in plastic shopping bags. Drinking White Claws at 8 a.m. in plastic bags outside of Walmart. Our white trash chic is immaculate right now. An older white homeless guy approaches. Kind eyes, likely a willing bum. Not a raving lunatic who can't work. A mild lunatic who would rather not work. He asks, "What are you guys up to?" "Well," Pickles replies, "we're drinking on the Walmart stoop right now." He nods. "Something you do often?" We laugh. "You guys don't have any change, do you?" I shake my head. "Sorry, brother, I have $20 to my name and no change. If I had any, I'd give it to you." "Me too. Same here, no change." He nods reluctantly. He had hope. "I would help if I could, but now I am destitute. How often have I rode this wave? How long will I suffer in penury? Is his present my future? Am I alone from birth to grave? I see the withered ambitions of his weird body, and I think on how much I've slept in vehicles throughout my adult life. And despite being surrounded by love and camaraderie in the immediate, I have a palpable fear tomorrow will see me in similar straits. At the table, the roar of expectation is high as can be. A couple of girls emerge. One is wearing a white t-shirt with colloquial writing all over it. She looks to me. "Want to sign my shirt? Offer a prediction for the show?" I nod. "Produce the pin." She hands me a red Sharpie. "Marker?" I take it and smile. Let me see. Where should I sign?" She motions the length and breadth of the shirt. "Wherever you want." "Okay." Picking a spot on her abdomen right side. "How about here?" I write. "Here's to getting your Reba. Ethan." "Oh, this is only my 4th show. I've never gotten one." "They'll play it." I prophesy. "Nice to meet you both. Have a good show." "You too. Thanks for the Hancock."